Hey, how's it going? Yeah, I want to make a quick blurb about something. It's a little bit of a rant because god damn, my god. Yeah, I don't really care what you say, but climate change is definitely real because it's so freaking hot. I just can't take it anymore. Like, I just want to blurb real quick on how my week has been, how my month has been, in where I live, okay? In the west coast of fucking United States of America, and how I'm going to complain about climate change, and that's pretty much it. Thank you. Please talk to me about it, and I also am going to complain at the same time about not really even a lack of third places. Literally, there is nothing to do. Like, these companies are not providing anything, and I do understand at the same time overall things cost money, but at the same time I do understand that you don't have to make it cost, like, it doesn't have to cost that much. And even if you charge us like 30 bucks a piece, we'll pay for it, or even 40. So it's like, please stop tripping and actually make some stuff. So it's both of that combined. Okay, yeah, let's start. Yeah, so basically the past few months, oh my goodness, it's been slowly getting hotter, and I've been noticing that because the weather has been inconsistent. Yeah, it will get really hot, and then it'll get really cold, and then it'll get really hot, and then it'll get really cold, and then it's starting to rain a bit. But I knew it was like the result of, like, I still would call it climate change because the weather for spring where I live has never been so inconsistent. It never will be hot and cold. It'll actually be the perfect temperature and maybe a little bit heated. Yeah, and it'll maybe occasionally rain, but it was nothing as bad as what did happen a few months prior. So I was aware of that. And fast forward to, I think, like 2 weeks ago, a month ago, that it started to get gloomy in the morning, and it's just been really weird. And this is what pisses me off about where I live, because where I live it gets cold in the morning and hot in the afternoon, and oh my goodness, that has been going on, and I've been getting jerked off. Okay, yeah, jerked off of it. I've been getting like pretty angry off of that, and it's been more consistent, so you know, it's okay now. Like, the mornings are actually bearable. I can not wear as much clothes, or maybe that's just me and my body temperature, and like the afternoon is unbearable. But like for a few weeks it was like unbearably cold in the morning, but then at 12 o'clock it get like super hot, but then the weather would be inconsistent, so I wore summer clothes when the day's gonna be cold all day. I even checked the weather, I guess, to change, and I was freezing all day. I'm like, okay, well, let me wear some pants and the jacket. The next day, super hot all day. I just gave up on it, right? Stayed inside my house, didn't go out for shit. And so basically fast forward to now, it's like, why is it so darn hot? I don't really understand it, because like the weather where I'm at is only like 80 degrees. Only 80 degrees, 77 to like 83 degrees. However, it feels like a really hot, like 110, 106. It feels really, really hot. And it's like slightly dry, but it's just like, it's beyond hotter than a heater that's like over you, directly over you. It's like I was literally burning. Like, I was literally burning. I literally was burning, and I couldn't understand it. And like the fucking air was hot, so it was hard for me to breathe. And then I started to feel like crap instantly once I walked outside and the sun was beaming, and it felt like it was like worse than Las Vegas heat. And Las Vegas has really dry, really hot heat. However, it is more bearable. For last time I went, I think it was like 2018. That's the last time I went to Vegas. And yeah, it is shit. Oh my goodness, it's just been terrible outside, and I really haven't been outside because of that. The only times I've really been out is only when it gets like bright outside, like during the morning times. And like the pros and cons of that is like I have around 4 hours of like night, so like basically between 12 and 5, and it gets like bright around 5:40, and that's when I go outside and walk until it gets like hot around 7 or 8. And I like that because at least I get to walk outside and do a little bit of something in a way at the most safe time of day and the least polluted time of day, alongside other variables where I currently live that, you know, is away during the morning time. That is a plus. alongside with that, it's just like, you know, it's just completely bearable, and you just get to just walk and chill, dude. And it's just, I just can't, I don't know. It's just like, at the same time that is good, and I just have to wait a few hours. But at that, a lot of these businesses, they didn't, like, they kind of like shorten their hours. So not only do they close by 9:30, the latest might close is like 10:30, 11. Very few close at 12 a.m. Honestly, they open like at 10 o'clock now. Like, who the fuck is awake at 10:30 a.m. wanting fucking breakfast? Like, everybody. If I wake up, like, seriously, I can't even wake up 7 a.m. and like want something to eat. I have to wait until at the earliest 9:30, at the fucking average fucking 10:30 a.m. to 11 a.m. And I remember, like, I was able to wake up 5 in the morning and I was able to go get breakfast and shit. And that's what I'm saying. And that's like the fucking bad part about that. And also what's bad about that, the heat is coming quicker, alongside with my previous complaint in my last video about how people are much more meaner, overall more intolerable, and I have to deal with that more. And that's bad, especially they might be a bit more pissy because of the weather or whatnot. Honestly, it just sucks. I guess the mucus, it's a bad taste in my mouth from how hot it is outside and how shitty everything else is. Because, like, and that's like the bad part. The thing is, I want to go outside because where I live right now currently, you know, it isn't the best in terms of air circulation, despite me having the windows open and me having a fan too at that. Alongside where I live, it isn't copious for shade, nor does it have any type of recreational places to go to, or even much of stores in general. So it's not necessarily like anything worth walking to, especially in the neighborhoods, because like I said, there's no shade. And I'm not always gonna go try 30 minutes to drive 20 minutes, take a $30 Uber just to go walk in some shade. But one thing I will do is I actually would pay that money or take that time to go drive out there to do an activity. And one thing I have noticed is, like, I don't know, maybe they've just been cutting down trees or whatever. I don't know if it's because of part of landscape and design, or to decrease loitering, or loitering, not necessarily loitering, but people just walking around, just standing around. Because recently businesses businesses have been implementing secretly and slowly this thing about like anti-loitering, and overall like cities and government, like local and bigger government, obviously, in ways of like making the benches like unable to sit on, or even uncomfortable to sit on, like beyond even being like unable for houses people to sit on. Literally, it's just like just make you want to stand up and go leave. Alongside with that, they completely remove benches for like bus stops and stuff like that, and I don't really see much of any benches or chairs at parks anymore, at least where I live, and I live in a really populous city. Also with that, if you go into like malls and stuff, or where I'm at, the seating is very limited, and I am really confused on that, because everyone used to have a seat, like, and they're really aggressive and really like silently passive aggressive about it over just sitting down. Like, nigga, chill. Like, okay, damn, take the hard ass seat. Like, I guess I don't know, just figure something out, right? We'll sit somewhere else. I guess we'll sit on the coat rack on all the clothes in the fucking mall, right? In the fucking Macy's, nigga. And like, alongside with that, like I said, there ain't shit. First of all, I have been seeing less people selling like corn, and like corn, I forgot what it's called, but like corn with mayo and with like tahini on it. I've been seeing less fruit people, like people that are selling fruits, whether it be in a truck or be in a small food cart. I've been seeing less people in general that are neighborhood sellers, or just in general licensed food sellers. I've been seeing less of them. I know obviously that can be a part of inflation, but I am aware to a certain extent, whether they ask them or not and get the permission. I always see some niggas always selling some food or an activity, event, or like a beach or a park. Haven't seen that. Also, when I go to the beach, it sucks. I guess also just a part of like us everyday people just not choose to do things. But I used to see performances at the beach They actually used to have little events going on at the beach. They have multiple beaches where I live at. That is obsolete. They do not have that anymore. I don't really see any more free events or any like free fun classes as I used to see. Alongside of, there's not really anywhere to go inside and eat for like beachside places, and even for like restaurants. They have, where I live, they had kind of crowded up the restaurants, like excuse me, they crowded up the interior, like in terms of like they increased the seating, but not increase the size of the restaurant. And it's been more unbearable to just sit in restaurants more often. And I've been seeing like more wait time issues. I have to wait more. It's not really any options to go and, you know, eat, because they're just so flaccid. Like the food's bad nowadays. It's either overly expensive and mediocre, good and super expensive, or just bad altogether. And it's like everyone is always just packed at the restaurant. Also, it's just like shopping is just ass, and that's not even activity. Same with eating, it can be, but it's just like it's not good quality anymore. And that is coming alongside with the whole the whole thing of activities, bro. Also, I have fucking fairs. I had many fucking fairs, many little carnivals when I live where I live. Mini carnivals, mini fairs, and that is not there no more. What is going on with that? Like, it just doesn't make any sense. I used to see like food trucks at the park or at just certain areas within the city, and you just get to hang out, have a good time, play music. Sometimes they have like mini games like that is similar to like amusement parks. That's the games that they have there. There's a lot of things to do alongside with like bowling, golfing. Well, I guess for like an affordable price, right? Whatever. But even with that, arcades, laser tag, honestly anything, or even just a simple indoor mall or plaza area that allowed people to go sit down and do like homework and go buy things and just walk around, even have like you know, activities to do, like things that you can interact with, that is gone as well. And what I'm saying with that is like, nigga, there ain't nowhere to go. So I'm just stuck in this hot ass house. For me to say all of that, that's literally that's fucking bad, because like they took away every fucking thing, nigga. Beyond third places, beyond recreational, beyond my dick being sucked, bro. They just took away everything. It ain't nothing but shitty or decent restaurants and some fucking grocery stores. And like what, some museums, nigga, I'm not gonna be paying 25 to 50 bucks or free as a student every fucking time I would look at some piece of shit and then walk the fuck out. Like, I'm not doing that every fucking time. I did that a shit ton of times. It's boring, bro. It gets boring. I'm done with it, man. I've like seen as much as possible. I've seen as much of my fucking art as I could. Like, there's nothing to do, bro. And it's just like, it sucks because it's hot. Like, what the fuck? I haven't seen any advertisements for anything summer related. I know niggas are struggling. I know niggas are broke. But I ain't no excuse, because in the 2008 recession, niggas was still advertising shit and we were still buying, right? I was 6 years old at that time. But that's not the point. The point is that it's like, it's so weird. I don't know, it's just like everyone cheapened out. I know everyone isn't that fucking broke. I'll tell you one thing. I know everyone isn't that broke. Like, I'm talking the companies included. I know everyone isn't that goddamn broke. It's weird to me, like no one's like advertising any fun restaurant things, like any fun like summer sales. No one's advertising, like there's nowhere. I remember like something like Mulligan's. I remember like John's Incredible Pizza, Chuck E. Cheese. Anything else? I guess that big fucking golfing place, playing golf, I forgot what it's called, but it's like a whole like golf course for like families, and they had go-kart and stuff. And there's still so many things. Maybe that's still up and still like available, but I'm just saying for the rest, it's just like either obsolete or not popular anymore. Just whatever. It's just shit and ass. I don't care if it's still in business. It's obsolete to me because no advertisers, no one's talking about it. I don't see anything. Like, where's the lemonade? Like, bro, I ain't seeing no lemonade, like nowhere. Like, bro, like these companies aren't even trying. They're not. Whoever's running the companies, girl, they're not even trying. Like, and they're just throwing things around. Just, oh, here, take this dirty shit, you piece of shit, bitch. Literally just that. And like, even on like social media, you don't see any keep advertisements or nothing. It's just like, buy this shit, you dirty hoe. And like maybe an advertisement of people just like jumping around and smiling. It's just like, my nigga, I have nowhere to go. I have nowhere to go. The mall is crowded, full of shitty ass clothes, shitty ass food, and people running, wandering around, looking mean and shit. Like, looking like they hate themselves and shit. Everyone's all crowded up. And my fucking light turned off. And that concludes my story, because my light is turned off on, like, goodness gracious, I am just like so unhappy about this. It's hot. There's nowhere to go. There's nothing to do. There's nothing to do. There's nothing to do. I don't give a fuck about no AC, nigga. There ain't shit to do, bro. I'm not gonna like start traveling. That's so fucking expensive and dumb as hell. I want to go somewhere in my city. What am I gonna do there? Be hot there. Speak a different language. Be bored there, maybe. Like, I don't know. Like, I don't know what to do, bro. Anyways, rent over. Bye. What?